today's episode of Storytime. In our episode today, we'll be talking about this topic: expecting people to act and do things your way. You expect people to act and do things your way because you view the world through your lens. And when you are viewing the world through your lenses, everything you are viewing is shaped by your experience. Therefore, it is unrealistic to expect someone to act like you. Always remember that you are not a standard that people should copy. You are not a standard. People have to act themselves, be real to themselves, not pretending to be someone else. And you must know that people have different priorities, people have different values, they have different emotional capacities. So please don't make anyone look like he or she is wrong because they are not doing it your way. They are just different from you. And that is how God created the human being. Even a set of twins, there is still a difference. They have their different personalities. I mean, even twins. So you shouldn't be expecting somebody to act and do things your way because you are all different. You must learn how to let go your expectations about people because they are doing what works for them. They should not be your carbon copy. Remember that in life, everyone has his or her priorities. Because you will always be tempted to think that my way is a better way. Look, in life, each person has a journey. These people have different journeys like you. Since each person has a specific mission here on earth. When you are forcing people or expecting people to act and do things your way, it damages relationships if you have this attitude. Because there will always be clashes between you. Somebody has his personality, somebody has his integrity, and then you want to come and make that person dissolve his integrity, abandon his personality, and then do it and become you. It cannot happen. And when you are doing that, there are bound to be conflicts. You should also know that when you are doing that, there is a lot of resentment on both sides. Because you are there expecting that the man should do it this way. It should be my way. Because you think that your way is the best and he is not doing it. When that person keeps resisting and being him or herself, resentment comes in. You start resenting that person. And then on the other side too, the person resents you because the person sees you as trying to crush, as hard to envelop, as hard to swallow his or her personality. So it cannot work. I will even go further to explain. When you expect people to think, act, do your way, your attitude becomes very offensive. Because you'll be biting people left and right, itching people left and right, watching them left and right. You become like a law enforcement officer behind them. No, your attitudes will become very offensive to them. Because you'll be like, check it, do it this way. Have you? No. And let me tell you, sir, madam, that if you are expecting people to act and do it your way, you are already brewing rebellion from your children. Because when you start, guiding them your way, what happens when those children start getting matured? That's where the problems begin. They will start refusing to be who you are. And a lot of us are doing that to our children out of greed. Because you think that your children are there for you to correct your mistakes on them. No. You could. But then, it is not an automation. It must work. No. When you do that, the children start, you see, rebellion start creeping in. And if you go too hard, the children become outlaws because they fear to express themselves. Daddy one may be like this, he talks so ego. Daddy one, mommy one may be like this, he talks so ego. No. When you carry out such an attitude of expecting people to think and act and do your way, you are killing creativity. Because the children, the people around you, don't have the opportunity to think for themselves. You want to think for them? No, it can't work. So you are killing the creativity even in your own children. You are killing creativity, the people who are around you. There is no independent thinking around you, and people will always resist. When you have that kind of an attitude, you also notice that you are forcing the children into neglecting issues. Let me tell you, because some of the children want to be obedient. Mommy wants it this way. Daddy wants it this way. Daddy wants it this way. And they will leave things because they say, I fear to touch it. I fear to do it this way. I fear to, because that's not the way mommy wants and daddy wants. You come to the house and you see so many things undone. Then you start saying, you know, if you use your common sense, I go use common sense where you, one may be like you. Common sense, no day again. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you how you can fight against this attitude so that you don't always sit there and expect that people should think and act the way you do. The first thing you have to do is let go. I mean, let go with people in your environment. Be it in your office where you are a boss. Be it at home where you are a father or mother. Let go. Give the people their freedom. When you give them their freedom, you even observe them and you know them better. Because people are for real. And that is when you can even know your children better. Because when you let them go to act themselves, you're now seeing their values coming out. And values that you might have never known, that was deep down buried in these people lying fallow. Life gets easier when you don't focus on controlling people. Your mind is not working. Your head gets choked. That pressure will be taken away because you are sitting down. You for the backside, you have about 5 children. Hey, how will you behave? How will you act? You are controlling this one here. You put this pot here, so now how now? How you go clean that? Why? I'm always trying to let the environment be the way you want. You go tired. You go sick. You go get high blood. I tell you, you have children who are 30 years old, 40 years old. Some of them are married. You think that it is that small child who was in your house, you brought her up, you cannot go to secondary school, you give pocket allowance. Be very careful, though. Be very careful as you're talking to them, because your own child, matured one, can shock you. I mean, I've been in a situation where I see a girl telling the father, Daddy, I'm not your little girl that was running around the house. I love you. I stand by you. But you must know that I am a married woman. Aha! The control that you want control that now. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that in life, people have their opinion, I beg you, and they have a right to their opinion. Learn to respect their opinion. A difference in opinion between you and somebody, even your own child, does not make anyone an odd person. And in some cases, if you are in a group, does not make anyone a traitor. No. You are in a group. Because somebody's opinion differs from your opinion, and you treat that person as a traitor, is bad. Each person is entitled to his or her opinion. And you always think that if somebody does not do it your way, you must use force. You use force now. I mean, now you create that person. God created everybody as an individual. God created everybody with a mission. God created everybody with an idea. God created everybody with, there are idiosyncrasies. Why do you think that that person's opinion must be your opinion? And then when the person's opinion differs from yours, you say he's a traitor. You start treating him differently. You start even you become aggressive to that person. Please, I am begging you, sit down and rethink. You should not expect people to do and act the way you act. Are you a standard? Who is perfect? If you are sharing, be open and know that you are sharing your opinion with some other person. You can't force it. And then you want to force it. The only thing you have to do is use force, brutalize. Please, I'm begging you. We are different people. We have different values. Respect each other's opinion. It's a fundamental human right. So please, let's do that in unison, and we live together, but with our differences. Yes. What is popularly known as vivre ensemble. Let's learn how to accommodate other people. It is very important. We should learn how to accommodate others. So, ladies and gentlemen, I leave it at this. Let's all reflect and make the society a better one for all of us by refraining from always expecting people to act and do as we do, as we act, as we think it should be. Bye-bye. Our love. Best regards. Keep watching Storytime and give us your feedback in the comment section. Bye-bye.
Oh, man.